everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Okay, today's message is don't settle just to have a family. Don't settle just to have a family. Okay, before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers. Welcome to all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of this video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them on the air or I will answer them privately through the email, and it can be your decision. Now, those of you who are interested in these caps, they are now available in my online store. So just go to the description all the way to the bottom, and you'll see a link that says online store. Just click on that link, and there you have it. Okay. Let's dive into this message today. Don't settle just because you want a family. Now, this message was inspired by a letter that came in. So we're going to dive right into the letter, and then we're going to talk more about this issue. Okay? All right, here we go. This is from a young lady, and she says, I like today's video about easy or nice girl. Sometimes I fall between both sides, only because I'm not getting the good type of men in my life. Sometimes I feel like I need to settle based on my age for the reasons you mentioned in the video. Okay, I don't remember really, the reasons I mentioned in the video, but you don't need to settle. I'm sure I didn't say that you needed to settle for anything, okay? But because of your age, don't feel you need to settle because of your age, okay? Now, I get destination anxiety, is what I like to call it, which is very depressed and anxious to have a man for babies because I'm fearful my biological clock is ticking. Well, now, you didn't say yet. You didn't tell me yet how old you are. You say your biological clock is ticking. Well, women today are able to have children later in age. As a matter of fact, I had my last child when I was 40. So you still got time. You understand? There's no reason for you to feel like you have to run out and settle for anything. I did research about freezing my eggs, but it is very costly to do so. I don't have the money for it. My health insurance doesn't cover much fertility stuff. I'm 38 years old now. Okay, you 38. I did want children in my 20s, but a lot of men were still playing the field and didn't want to settle down for a serious relationship. You're going to find those men at all ages. Men who don't really want to settle down or take care of a family. They don't want to provide for a family. That's what it's all about. You see, these men don't want to take responsibility. So that's why they don't want to settle down. I tried to date carefully so I wouldn't have to settle. And other reasons too. I'm still experiencing this issue in my 30s as well. I try sometimes to meet older men, but usually I find they are already past the experience of being married and now just recently divorced or separated and had their kids and don't want any more. All right. Well, look, you have been attracting these type of men, but that doesn't mean that the type of man that you are looking for, a man who wants to settle down, who is single and wants a family, is still out there. He's still out there. It's just that you haven't met him yet. Okay? Or their thing doesn't work too good and they have erectile dysfunction, etc. Again, I don't know who you are attracting. I don't know who you are attracting. That these men have physical issues. These are definitely not the right type of men for you. Okay? I feel at times I don't have a chance either way. I feel like I'm running out of time. That sometimes the options of men is getting slim to nothing at this point. It's worrying me a lot. I like to know, how can I have that worry of destination anxiety and occasionally dating, but I'm not having much luck meeting any good guys? And I tried everything from social events to online dating. Most men just want sex without a commitment. That's right. There are too many men out here who just want sex and not a commitment. But there are men who are looking for a commitment. You understand? There are good men out here. But ladies, you need to ask for the divine to send the man to you. You going out trying to find the man on your own is, I believe it's a waste of time. I really do. Okay? I was curious to know, how do you pray to the divine / universe without feeling like you're begging? I consider myself a spiritual person, even though I grew up Christian, but have never been a true, serious, holy roller about church, etc. Your question really is how to pray to the divine. Listen, you want babies. You want a family. You understand? You want a man. You want babies. You want the family. Okay. All right. And you want a happy family. All right. You want to know how to ask the divine. Okay. See, we have been groomed to pray is to beg, to plead. You get on your knees and you just beg and you plead and maybe you'll get it. Okay. The way that the universe works is to merely ask for your desire and then believe the divine will deliver it to you. You don't need to beg, and you don't need to go and ask every day either. You understand? You have that desire inside of you, and the universe knows it. Okay? So you go into your meditation. You say in your mind, you express your desire, what you desire in life. And if you're like me, I like to journal. So I like to write down my desires, just to write it down, what I desire in life. Okay. And then I just put it away. Because that desire, I've put it out into that energy out into the universe. It's out there. Okay. Now what do? You work on yourself. You work on yourself. You do your affirmations every day just to build up yourself. You've already put that desire out there, but you don't need to keep thinking about it every day and looking for it to appear every day. You don't need to do that. Work on yourself. Be positive. Talk positive. Think positive. And see, this takes work because many of us are used to thinking negative. Thinking about the things that you don't have and not appreciating what you do have and showing gratitude for what you have in your life already. This is all part of it. When you show that you appreciate what you already have, the universe will bless you with more of your desires. You understand? But you need to be on a positive path to do that all the time. And anytime that you find yourself thinking negative, you need to shift it and think more positive. And if you're doing your affirmations every day, that'll start your day off on a positive note. And then do your meditations, either in the morning, in the afternoon, or whenever it's convenient for you. But you need to spend at least 15 to 30 minutes every day quieting your mind to listen to what the universe, your divine, is telling you, is leading you, is wanting to lead you in a positive direction toward your desires. You understand? On this path, the divine wants to lead you toward your desires. It wants you to be abundant. It wants you to be happy. You understand? But negative thinking can take you in the opposite direction. That's why it's so important to keep your thoughts, your speech, and whatever you do positive. Always positive. Okay, I hope that you understand my message here. Your biological clock, you're almost 40. That's when I had my last kid. And it's ticking. And I'm telling you, now this is something that I'm going to tell you, ladies, and it's not for everybody, but it could be for some of you who want children and there's no man around. Don't just run out here and settle for anybody. You understand? Just to have this baby. All right? There are men out here who are donors. You understand? They will donate their sperm to you. All right? This way, you can pick and choose the man that you would like to have your baby with. Okay? But the baby will be yours. You will be responsible to raise this child on your own. These men who are donors, they are not interested in raising the children or being responsible for these children, but they will donate their sperm to you. Okay, that is an alternative, and it can be a choice, because I'm going to tell you something. I was married twice. I ended up raising both sets of kids. I had 3 kids with my first marriage and 1 kid with my second marriage. I ended up raising the 3 alone anyway, although I married somebody. The marriage was horrible. I ended up leaving the marriage and raising those 3 kids solo on my own. You understand? I didn't get child support. I didn't get whatever. I raised them on my own. Okay? Now, I married a second time. You understand? And when I married my second husband, he didn't have any children, and he wanted a child. Okay, I was already 40. All right. He convinced me to have this baby. All right? But the thing about it is, I wanted the baby too. You understand? It didn't take that much pushing. I wanted this child too. All right. So we have the child. But then he turns out to be not what I wanted, not what I expected. This marriage did not turn out well. So I ended it. So now I have this child. Okay? I raised this child on my own. Same thing like before. No child support. I didn't even look for it. I didn't look for anything. You understand? I had an agreement with him that I was going to raise this child on my own. He was agreeable. There we go. I raised a handsome, upstanding, intelligent man from my second marriage, and I raised upstanding, intelligent men from my first marriage. You understand, ladies? It can be done on your own. You don't have to put your family on hold because you don't have a man. This is the point that I'm trying to make to you. I had 2 husbands, but it didn't work out. I ended up raising these young men on my own. And you can do it too. If you really, really want a child and you don't want to settle for a man, have your child. Have your child and raise that child on your own. You see? And, there's always adoption if you want to go that way. But if you want to naturally have a child, you can have one. There are plenty of men out here who want to have babies that don't want to take care of them. But you need to be discerning because remember this, ladies, this is very important. It's the man's seed. You understand? It's his seed. So you need to be very discerning about the man that you intend to have a baby for or a baby with. Because that's his seed. And that baby is going to have a lot of his traits. Okay? Now this is important. Because that baby could come out acting just like him. And if he has some really awful qualities about him, you don't want to have his baby. Because that baby could be a carbon copy of him. Be careful, ladies. Don't settle. Don't settle either way. Don't settle just to have a baby, and don't settle just to have a man. This is very, very important. Screen these people. Take your time to know these people. Okay? And for you, the divine will deliver whatever you ask for. But you need to be clear on what you desire. Very clear. You understand? Is it the baby that you want? Or is it the man and the baby? Is it the whole family that you want? Whatever it is, just ask. Just ask and believe. Write down the things that you desire. Write them down in your little journal and then put your journal away. You see? But you got to work on yourself during that time. That's what's very important. You have to work on yourself spiritually because you want this man to come to you spiritually. So it's very important, but you can have what you want and not worry about your clock ticking. Because when you ask the divine for something, divine works in divine timing, not your time. It's divine timing. And if you believe and continue to work on yourself, it will happen for you. And there's no doubt about it. It will happen. Okay? All right. I hope that you understand that. And I really hope that it helps. All right. Now we have another letter here. And Let's dive into this letter and see what she says. I have a hard time being in a relationship and waiting. And so do all men I've dated. Okay. But lately, I've matured and watched too many of your great videos. In my last online relationship, we were having video chat sex all the time. Yeah, because that's what these men want. They want to be stimulated sexually. And unfortunately, many of these men have been raised to believe that that's all that a woman is good for, is to have sex with. That's what they think, that that's your role, is to have sex. And so when they communicate with you, it's always on a sexual note. You see, because these men have not matured past that. Okay? But I asked him to be patient with me, and he was. So I know men will be patient. I've started dating closer to me with someone I can physically touch and see. We've started off great so far. But of course, he and I were talking about sex again. Why? You should really be trying to get to know each other, not trying to know each other sexually. When men go off on that rant, you should either leave them, stop them right there, and don't continue, because they're taking you down a different path than what you intend. And many times, ladies, we will go down that path with them because we want to keep them interested in us. And we feel that that's the only way to keep them interested, if we entertain them sexually. Okay? But of course, he and I were talking about sex again. Okay? I told him I would let him know when I'm ready. And he said, okay. All right? And he's going to school to get his CDL and is staying with a married family and friend. Okay, wait a minute. So this man that you are communicating with doesn't have his own place? Is this what you're saying here? He's living with some married family friend? Okay. Also, my apartment has very thin walls and noise travels. So I think I'll be safe from having sex with this man when I invite him over after I clean. Why? Why do you think that this man is going to respect you in your apartment because you have thin walls? So you feel like he's not going to come over there wanting to have sex with you because you have thin walls. You're trying to fool yourself on this one. If you invite a man to your apartment and you talk about after you clean up, he's coming over there to have sex. Why do you think he's coming over there? To watch TV? To sit and hold your hand or to talk to you? He can take you out on a date and do that. You see, and that's what he needs to be doing. Taking you out and entertaining you outside of your home. And of his home too, if he's got one. You understand? But it seems to me from your letter, that you think it's safe to invite him to your home because you have thin walls. No. If you invite this man to your house, he's coming over there to have sex. And he does not care about your thin walls. Okay? All right. My question is, should I continue this decision even though it's hard for me as much as him? And about how long do I make him wait while he earns my love? You make him wait forever. If he's not measuring up to your standards. What do you mean? How long do you make him wait? From your letter, it sounds like you want to know how long should you wait. That's what it sounds like from this letter, like you are the one that's wanting to have sex. You can't go to his place because he lives with somebody. He can't come to your place because you got thin walls. You see, from this letter, it seems like it's you the one that's trying to find a place where you can have sex with this man. This is not getting to know him. Do you want to get to know the man? Or you just want to have sex? Which one is it? Okay, you need to decide what your priority is. Okay? You say, he's a driver that drove me home and he agreed to take me to the store soon. You don't have a car? Is this what's going on? You need this man for a ride? You say, he's a Jamaican chef as well. He's a real man. I haven't attracted a real man in the past. All right, what do you mean by that? He's a real man. What is a real man in your mind? Okay. You need to explain that to me, because I don't see in this letter where you have described him as being a real man. In this letter, you've zoned in on the sexual part of it and nothing else. You understand? You say, I've been celibate after I was hit by a car in 2011. Okay. For 12 years with no real interaction with men in my city. I am 33 years old and he is 39. From your letter, it seems like you are wanting to know how long you should wait to have sex with this man. Okay? You should wait until you, number one, until you know that the man really cares for you. You haven't said anything in this letter that shows that the man is doing anything for you. If he's doing something for you, you're not telling it in the letter. The only thing that you've ever said is that he was willing to drive you home or to the store. From what I gather is that you're wanting to know how long you should wait to have sex. Okay, you say that you haven't had sex since 2011 because of a car accident. Okay. From what I see, you're setting yourself up for heartbreak. This is what I see from your letter, because your focus is on having sex. Okay? And not focused on having love in your life, caring in your life, somebody who cherishes you in your life. You see, you're concentrating on sex. Let me tell you, you can have sex anytime, anywhere. You can probably walk right out your house right now and say, anybody want to have sex? And 100 men to run up. You understand? Having sex is not an issue. Anybody can have sex. You can have it right now. But I believe that you want somebody to care for you and to love you. Okay? And for that, you have to work on yourself. You need to lift your vibration if you want to have someone to love you, to cherish you, and to care for you. Okay? This is something you need to ask the divine to bring you. But in the meantime, you need to raise your vibration, because I can already tell from your letter you're pretty low in vibration, because your attention is on having sex. You're in a low vibration. Your intention should be on having a happy life for yourself. For yourself. You're not going to find happiness just in having sex. That's not where it is. Your happiness is inside of you. And when you love yourself and you're happy with yourself, sex is just an enjoyable act. You can't build your life on that. You can't build anything on just having sex. And this is the flavor that I get from your letter. How long should you wait to have sex? Listen. As long as you have this attitude about sex, you'll have it, but it'll be empty. It won't mean anything. And men can have sex all day, every day with women they don't even care for. That's why I say you can walk right out your door right now and say, anybody want to have sex? Here I am. And you'll have them coming just like that. But it won't mean anything. Anything. You understand? You want love and happiness and abundance in your life. And this requires you to work on yourself for that. To raise your vibration. To believe in yourself. You understand? And don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. Have standards. Have boundaries about yourself. And all of this comes when you start your spiritual journey. Because you will care so much about yourself until you will not lower your standards just to have somebody. You understand? You will not feel that you need to do that. You will not feel that you even want to do that. You understand? People, love yourself. You need to do that. It's very, very important. Now, I hope that the message today helps someone. I really do. And the message today was, you want a family, but you feel like your biological clock is ticking. Okay? You can manifest your desire. I always go back to that. You create your own reality. So whatever you want in your reality, you can create it. But you need to be on a spiritual path to create goodness in your life. Goodness. And goodness is what you want. Okay? So I hope that this message helps you today. And I really hope that you understand it. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here is the link. Send your questions to MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. That's MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. And try to keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And if you prefer that I answer your question through the email, just state it at the top of the letter and I will comply. I want to thank you all for viewing this video. I thank you all for supporting this channel. I thank you for your comments. I thank you for your letters. And a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really hope that my messages can help you to create a better life for yourself. And I really hope that you understand these messages. I wish you all well. I wish you all much happiness. And I really hope to see you next time.